You see, it's happened to you, you've seen it at school, and you witness it at every kiddies party you attend. Children fueling up on sugar-laden cake, sweets, milkshakes, and sugary drinks is a surefire recipe for a bunch of rioting, hyperactive kids. I can hear all of you saying, "Of course, absolutely. I was at a party this morning and they're still running wild," and coupled with you pulling out your hair. I mean, where there's sugar, there must be kids bouncing off walls, right? Well, you might want to sit down to hear this one. The connection between sugar and hyperactivity is one of the most popular and infamous food behavior myths going. Yet it's one that has been well and truly busted by science. An abundance of studies have been unable to find any difference in behavior between children who ate sugar from sweets, chocolates, or cake and those who did not. Like some other myths, this one has enough semblance of truth to sound legitimate. Simple sugars are pure calories. They're quickly digested and sent to the bloodstream. So a rush of energy in the blood should cause a rush of activity in the body. So now you have all gone from agreeing with me to thinking I have clearly either lost the plot or never been to a kiddies party. Don't forget, I have 3 little people of my own who sometimes have a busier social calendar than the Queen herself. So trust me, I've experienced it too. So what's the story then? Why do they go so crazy? I'm glad you asked. While we're busy blaming the sugar, the science of sugar metabolism is telling a slightly different story. When sugar enters the bloodstream, they're first sent to the muscles and internal organs for immediate use. Excess sugars are not worked off. They're stored in the liver and muscles as glycogen for later use, so that the amount of sugar in the bloodstream is maintained at a constant level. Anything over storage capacity winds up as fat. So at the party, it's their excitement that inspires the kids' madness. Sugar just fuels it. And it's not just parties we're talking about. Think about it, or it all comes down to the context. When kids get a bit wired on holiday or at family celebrations, what's generally on the menu? It's the sugary foods that will get the blame, whereas it's the fun and freedom that are the real problems. Having excited kids doesn't sound so bad after all, does it? So while sugar may be off the hook when it comes to children's rowdy behavior, it still has a few other unsavory, excuse the pun, qualities. Dental cavities, obesity, and diabetes should provide plenty of incentive for parents to separate any child, wild or tame, from a seemingly limitless supply of sweets. If it's not the sugar at those parties, then it's probably the food dye, I hear you say. Is it? For more than 30 years, scientists have examined the relationship between food coloring and hyperactive behavior in children, but with mixed results. To date, no conclusive evidence has been found to show that food coloring causes hyperactivity in kids. So, another myth busted. It's not cane sugar nor colorants that causes hyperactivity in kids, but context. You might get some disbelieving looks when you share that at the next kids' party, but take confidence in the fact that you are right. Trust me.